Welcome to Ahavas Yisrael Daily. We're still in Chapter 2, Part E, the Lesson of Egypt. There is no class system among the Jewish people. There is a fascinating little-known midrash. The midrash asks, if the Jewish people are so dear to Hashem, why did He send them into the land of the enemy, Egypt? The midrash answers that Yaakov Avinu had 4 wives. Leah and Rachel were the primary wives, and Bilhah and Zilpah were their handmaids, were secondary. The children of Leah and Rachel would belittle the children of Bilhah and Zilpah, and they did not act towards them with proper brotherly love. Hashem therefore said, "What can I do so that the children of Leah and Rachel will accept their other brothers? I will send them down to Egypt, and they will all become slaves, and then when I redeem them, I will give them and their children the mitzvos of Pesach, and they will come to the Seder night and say, Avadim hayinu leparo, and we were slaves to Paro, and then they will all be as equals." The Midrash continues all of this to teach us how important peace and unity are to Hashem. This is astonishing. The intent of sending the Jewish people down to Egypt was so that they would realize that we are all equals, and because in Egypt the nation was enslaved, this is the goal of Yetziat Mitzrayim. There should be no class system among the Jewish people. We are all one nation, regardless of an individual's country or tribe of origin. If this is why they went down to Egypt, then it must be that they achieved this unity. For how else could they be redeemed if they did not rectify the sin? Indeed, the Ritva writes that the Jews were redeemed from Egypt because they were friendly and united with one another. Before we look down at others, feeling superior or more important, let us keep in mind that we were all once slaves in Egypt, and we are no better than our fellows. A fascinating incident involving Rav Eliezer Menachem Shach illustrates this point. A family had moved from the United States to Bnei Brak. The parents have converted to Judaism while yet in America, and they sought a more spiritual environment. Their daughter attended Beis Yaakov in Bnei Brak, but unfortunately she was teased by some other girls. As a result, she refused to attend school. The parents were at wit's end and did not know what to do. It was suggested that they go to Rav Shach for advice. After hearing the problem, Rav Shach asked them to bring their daughter to him. Rav Shach asked the young girl, "Do you know who I am?" The girl responded, "Of course I do. You are Rav Shach." Rav Shach said, "Yes, but I am also going to tell you something else. Do you know that I too am a ger? And not only that, but many teachers in Beis Yaakov are also gerim. There is nothing negative about being a ger. In fact, it's a very precious thing, and something of which to be very proud. So if anybody ever says anything negative, smile to yourself and be very proud." Rav Shach was widely known for his absolute devotion to the truth. After his meeting with the young girl, someone who was present asked Rav Shach, "How can you have said that you were a ger?" Rav Shach explained, "In order to relieve tsaras, anguish from someone, it is permitted to lie." Chazal tell us that for somebody who is careful to be meticulous in saying only the emes, it is mutar l'shalonos mipnei hashalem. To promote peace and harmony, it is permitted to veer from the truth. This also includes trying to alleviate somebody's sorrows. Nonetheless, it is still preferable, if possible, to use the expression that is still technically true, even if the person you are speaking to may interpret it differently. The Torah says you must love the ger, for you were gerim in Mitzrayim. Technically, we are all gerim, and the young girl returned to school and adjusted quite well, having been inspired by Rav Shach. Thank you.